What's up, recovery, soul food, podcast listeners, LC recovery motivation warriors? And y'all know what it is. It's Soul Food Saturday night live with Anthony McCauley in the house. Man, we so honored to be here with y'all tonight. Y'all gonna get tired of seeing me today, but I'm gonna tell you, I keep bringing y'all some of the most amazing people on the planet doing some amazing things in recovery and for themselves and for us and for God and for the mission. And I'm telling y'all, we about to get into this with Anthony McCauley. And I promise you, we're going to leave you blessed tonight. So if y'all ready, we ready. Let's go. What's going on, Anthony McCauley? How is your Saturday being, man?
Man, this Saturday, it's been blessed, man. It's been blessed. You know, I woke up sober-minded.
Number one.
I wasn't dope sick.
Number two.
I didn't owe a drug dealer any money.
Number three.
My vehicles are outside when I woke up this morning.
That's always good.
And, you know, I got some property, man. I got some assets, man.
Man, that's what's up right there.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's called a gratitude list that I try to get these warriors to always get up and make. See, it's not even that hard to, when I first started making it, I had to struggle to get one. And really, it wasn't because the things and the people and the stuff wasn't there. It's because I didn't know how to focus on it. I only knew how to focus in on the problem. And, still today, in some cases, I'll find myself rolling to that default programming. But the difference today is I can catch that earlier, and being aware of those things, you can catch that, flip it back around and say, oh, no, I got way too many blessings in my life today.
Yes, you better catch it early, because if you stay there too long, you're gonna be messed up, because there you go, a mastermind in his head.
Yep.
And you thought about it too long.
That's right. 17 seconds. Law of attraction brings you one right back behind it. So when you start and you stay there 17 seconds, law of attraction brings you another one. That's why we get so compounded first thing in the morning. You jump out of bed, stub your toe, and you run downstairs, mad at life, spill your coffee, and it's on. It's on. And people will salt you out during that day just to keep testing you, man. Keep testing you.
That's how Saturday started off for me, man. And I had to make a trip. Was invited to a fundraiser in Garner, North Carolina, where one of my friends who has an organization called Failure's Not an Option, FNO. Woo-hoo. They invited me down to a fundraiser where they gave the proceeds to Crohn's disease and awareness.
Man, that's amazing.
And every tip that I made from the hot dog cart today, Mr. Anthony's Hot Dogs and Catering, man.
I love it.
With the big hot dog hat. You're not ready for that yet.
I ain't ready for it.
But my wife rolled with me today.
That's beautiful.
And it was such a pleasure having her with me today, man.
That's really
and she was like, if I'm gonna be with my husband, I better get busy, because you ain't sitting still long. So I'm gonna roll with you today. I'm like, okay, cool.
That's what I love.
Yeah. So we set up down there, man. I'm gonna tell you, like I was telling you earlier, man. If somebody tell you to go to hell, man, you tell them there's nothing in hell that you need.
Nope.
And out there in that heat today, man, I got 4 different colors on me, man. But I got that paper sack brown going on, and then on top of the paper sack brown, I got a honey. Then I got a little bit darker going on, some molasses in some area. But man, you know what? That sun baked me, man. I was covered, man. Taking all necessary precautions, man. But that heat and that gas with them hot dogs,
boy, it don't matter.
But you know what, man?
It'll burn you up.
man, in order for you to have anything, man, you got to fight, man. This is my life. This is my livelihood, man.
Absolutely, man. And I'm going to tell you what, I guess one of the things that, you and I share so much about together is, that we have dreams. We got big dreams, we got big goals, we got big plans. And I really talk to, this audience so much about really getting honed in on a dream in recovery, because there's many days that I get up and I don't necessarily want to, drudge through this thing today. I want to pull the covers back up and, and go back to it. But the dream, the dream for a better life, the dream that, man, if I can achieve sobriety, if I can keep myself from going back for however long it's been, for me, 7 years, you working in year 3. I mean, when you can get a little bit of that time under your belt, the possibilities become endless. And that's how they are for me. The more healing that I move towards and gain in my life, the bigger my dreams become, because we have all cheated death. That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, where they sit in the struggle and they sit in the pain. And from that seat, you can't see the stage. You got to stand up sometimes and be able to see the stage, which is, this is part of your life and this is part of your mission. And you can hate that past, but I'm going to tell you that past is part of your purpose. And so embrace it, because not everybody made it out. And that's what we know. If you spend time in this game, you lost people close to you that were walking side by side with you. And you got to take a minute and stop and say, man, that could have been me. Why wasn't it? Now I owe it to you to stand up here and do this for us, and to speak for those that their voice is not here anymore. And having a dream, man, is what gets me out of that space in my head. Just like tonight, me and you were talking about, man, we tired. We done been through some stuff today. Life is this and life is that today. But you know what? There's a mission here to be accomplished, and getting to do this is far greater than, I don't know, anything else.
Look, after all we've been through today, we saved the best for last.
Yeah, we did.
Because look, after I get off the podcast, after I get off with you, man, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But these few moments mean a lot to me, man. Like you said, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. But that tells me that you got to wake up.
Yeah. Because
if you stay in a state of being asleep, all you're gonna do is keep dreaming. You got to wake up.
That's it.
You can't downgrade your dream to fit your reality.
No.
You gotta upgrade your conviction to match your destiny.
That's it. Oh gosh, man, I could jump up and run around real quick. I'm running a circle now.
Don't downgrade your dream to fit your reality.
Don't do it.
Upgrade your conviction to fit your destiny.
Absolutely. And don't think for 1 second that your past knocks you out of your destiny. Most of the things that you think you failed at was somebody else's dream for you. This is actually part of your life, your destiny. This is your truth, man. And I won't be anonymous, man. I will tell my story every chance I get, because it ain't rocket science. If I can get a hold of this and I can meet healing and I can take my life back and I can live a dream, then anybody within the sound of my voice can do it too. Let's say some good evenings to who I can see. I see our friend Shane Dorman's in the house.
Yeah, Shane, what's up? I saw Shane. Man, I don't even know Shane, but you know
Shane's
what?
A good dude.
I know Shane.
I know, right? Shane's a good dude.
Yeah.
Young family man, like Shane's really trying to come up. Shane's trying to do some stuff.
You know what? Shane, if you're trying to come up, man, you know what? You got some great role models. And I'm going to tell you, Shane, firsthand, if you think that you're alone, you're not.
Absolutely.
You're looking at me. I don't know why I didn't get, like LC said earlier, some people are not here to tell about it. Look, hey, Shane, from overdose to CEO.
That's it.
And I'm not talking about one time. I'm talking about 2 times. Now, why am I still here? It's so I can meet you, Shane.
That's it.
That's what it's about.
That's
so I can meet you, Shane.
That's what it's about. Joni Faulkner.
Look, I don't know you, Shane, but I got your back, man.
Man, I'm telling you, there's so much here inside of people, and you got that same gift that I got, man. I can see people, man, and it's almost like you can just feel it off of them. You can just feel it off of them.
Discerning spirit, man.
It is.
That's a gift. It's a gift.
You know what? It's got to be, because there's been so many times where you can just look, and I've been so blessed in this community to have all the warriors that show up here with me and show up with us, man, and they're out here with us. They are hungry. They are hungry for something, and they know they got something. I see it in them. Joni Faulkner's here. Stacey Hatton's here. Jen Brownlee's here. Man, I mean, these folks, these are folks that know they got something special inside of them, and they are awakening to that. And it is my honor and pleasure, and I know it's yours too, to be able just to help bust those gates wide open, man, and just say, kick them limitations down, because people don't realize you built them, you can take them down. That's the beauty of it.
All of those people's names that you mentioned accepted my friend request, man.
Did they? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so that tells me a lot, man. We haven't even met, but we have met.
Exactly.
If they're involved between this right here, what we have going on, then I know that they are great people.
They are. And
I don't care. Sometimes, look, the audience listening, I don't remember the names you said, but look, man, this is not a show. I've been through.
That's it. We doing it together.
And look to everybody that's listening, I still have to fight.
Every day, man.
I still have to fight that thing, man. I fight. And I was telling LC right before you guys don't know the day I've had, but I was telling him right before I came on here, something on this side said, you tired? You just drove about 150 miles round trip, pulling a hot dog cart in a van with all them supplies. You can't hardly move. Your bones are aching. But why don't you call LC and tell him just forget about it for the night, then don't even come on. And then on this side, something said, man, just go take a shower and put some of that detox ginger mint oil on your body and get in there and do it. And then on the other side, here it come again. Nah, man, don't nobody want to hear that, man. Patty Vogel don't want to hear that tonight. Shane and them, they don't want to hear that tonight. But you know what? Here I am, because
that's
I
right.
knocked it out, LC.
You got to take it back. Got to take that power back,
man.
Got to take that power back, man.
I don't like missing moments with you. I don't like missing those moments.
I don't either, man. I don't either, because y'all may not know this about me and Anthony, but we met kind of. It wasn't no accident. It was pure divine intervention that we met, and we made an instant connection, just an instant connection. Anthony's, man, I could say Anthony about my best friend, man, in the world right now. And, we check in on each other, and we live in different places, but we close enough to be able to get to one another when we need to. And just, it didn't take but one time to have, Anthony here to do a podcast episode with me. And then I was like, wait a minute, man, we gotta do something else with this. There's more than just one episode here with what we got going on. And there's some beautiful human beings that I'm going to tell you, I believe, and most people may be tired of hearing me say this, but I believe that the recovery community is the catalyst to the change that this world is trying to make, that we are shifting into. Because you can't hand me another group of people that know what it's like to scratch, claw, survive, what is the whole recovery program? Gratitude, spirituality, recovering back to yourself, living who you are, acceptance, self-love, non-judgment. What else? What else do you want? This is the community that's here to rise up and open up and kick off this I call it a Christ consciousness, because we are all moving to be in a love consciousness where we are here to help one another versus making ourselves separate from one another.
See, and that's exactly what's happening. How dare anybody try to divide you and I because they say, oh man, you're hanging out. He's white, you're black. So what? That's my brother.
That's exactly
and
right.
I truly mean that, man. I'm sick and tired of this division, this spirit of division that's taking place in this country. And in some aspects, it looks like it's working. But there's people in the recovery community, anytime you survive 365 days out there on the streets in a gutter experience, and you're sitting here listening to us today, you are a threat.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, LC. I'm getting excited, man.
You're part of the revolution. You're part of the revolution. And that's how important you are. And I want people to really gain their importance, because it comes down to self-worth. And when you start working on that self-worth, and I'm going to tell you, having a dream is not just something fun to say. Having a dream gives you self-worth. It gives you something to get up and move towards. And many times when we don't have a goal in front of us, we're just kind of randomly going. We're like a ship on the ocean with no captain, with no GPS, with no place to go. And we're just out there floating. And, the dream doesn't have to look like mine or Anthony's. Your dream can be to be the best parent that you can be. It can be to raise a child that doesn't see hate, that doesn't experience consumerism, to try to raise a child in this new place in the world to be an amazing human being. Your dream, there is no big or small. It is yours. And whatever that is, if you'll take small steps towards it every day. And I think this is a good time for us to talk about, Anthony, how did Males of Distinction even start? Tell me how that dream came to be, and the steps that you took and where it is now.
Well, look, I'm 54 years old. I'll be 55 in September, okay? I know I'm still look youthful and dynamic.
You look good, man. You look good.
So at the age of 17, I was given a true vision of what I was supposed to be doing with my life. I was so afraid when I got that. I thought, I said, this is crazy. There's something that I don't know what that is. So, and it was to give back and serve others on a platform that was global. I've actually seen myself in front of an audience of 5,000 people or more. And that terrified me at 17 years old. So I then started doing things that I got a taste of something that sent me into oblivion. Okay. And after that, it was off, in and out chronic relapses, doing things Anthony's way, running from that vision that I was shown. But in between that, there was some clean time. There were times when things would change, and I would go mentor. I would go Big Brothers, and I had a little brother that I was mentoring, and I work at the Boys and Girls Club, and I do certain things to start walking toward that. But then all of a sudden, here come Anthony.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And I refuse to pick up again.
Yep.
Because if I've overdosed 2 times, I'm not going to make it the next time.
That's right.
3 strikes and you're out.
That's right.
And I don't even know why I made it to the first 2, but I wanted to develop a program for at-risk young men to show them or teach them or mold them, help them, guide them, and develop their perspectives to go from being a male into manhood. And male is making achievable life-enhancing strides.
I love that.
And I say, in order to be distinct, distinction means you're set apart. So I take these young men, and we haven't been meeting recently, man. It's eating me up that I can't see my boys.
Yeah.
Because of everything happening with the pandemic and COVID, whatever. But LC, I'm able to gather a group of young men, and they get to hear my mouth, man. And they get to hear me say, you have a purpose for living. Yeah. Your dream and what I'm doing, your dreams and your purpose for your life and my purpose and my dreams are different than yours. Each and every last one of us has a purpose for being here. That's LC, right. What you're doing even though I do podcasts and everything, you take this thing to the 10th power, man. Times pi squared times with the equivalent of whatever comes out of it and makes it, man, this is amazing. So I do those, but you know what? My dreams and purpose is doing something different.
Yeah.
However, I could do this, but this is not my vision. You take it to another level. So I developed, man, and started from step one. And I've had the naysayers say, oh, it takes years to start a nonprofit, Anthony. Even here locally, people are hating. You can't do that. So I went here and Googled, what does it take to start a nonprofit? Step one said, what's the name of your business? Oh, I got that. Step two, what's your address? So I followed the steps. Now, look, there were times when I would process and it would come back and say, hey, you missed line 15 through 20. And I'm like, oh, my God, what? Yep. So you know what I did? I fixed line 15 through 20 and resubmitted. So sometimes you got to resubmit your application.
Oh,
in your life right now, Control Alt Delete. And when you do that, you know what it says? You have files needing to be updated. Do you want to install those updates and shut down, or do you want to just remove those files and restore those files? You choose.
Yeah. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Because that's what the brain's doing at them increments of clean time that I learned that, at those little increments, that 90-day, it does a little reset. You sure want to keep going this way? Sure? On that pink cloud, you hit that brick wall, life starts coming in and you're like, oh gosh. And, and our brains are made to stay where it wants to do what it thinks we want it to do. And that is remain comfortable. And so many times we got to understand that we're programmed to fear the unknown. We are programmed like that. So you got to override the program and start building in that unknown future. And you got to get so tired of it. That's why I like Matty J's. He does a show called The Point of Change. That's what it is. It's the point of change. When you get to that place that says, I can't do this anymore. So it's either we go all out and cut the misery, or we do something different. And if I'm going to do something different, what is the number one thing that is plaguing me? It's right here. It ain't nobody out here. It ain't nobody finding me. I used to think I got an invisible sign on my head that says, drug dealer, come find me.
Right.
If they come find me by default, it must be, supposed to. The things we say, man.
No, man.
Insanity rolling.
That brain powerful, man.
That brain is powerful, and it is the hard drive that drives this entire engine. And that's where we got to focus in on that. And it's all right to be afraid of what you don't know yet. It's okay to be afraid.
Yeah.
You've got to start building that anyway. If we think back to the first time we ever used, there was some fear there. We didn't know what was going to happen when we did what we was fixing to do, and we didn't know, but eventually, we got comfortable going in places we shouldn't be. We got comfortable doing all that. We got comfortable, stealing from our parents while their backs was turned or something. We got comfortable doing that. So I just want to urge anybody, man, urge you to stay with it. It's okay for it not to be easy. Feel those feelings. You got to feel them to heal them. They're not going to take you out. We gotta remind people, Anthony, that the thought and the feeling does not have the power to put you into use.
No, it doesn't. And you got to remember too. You know what? Whenever people gonna talk, they gonna hate on you.
Oh, you believe
if you're in the midst of walking in something that was given to you, a purpose, and it's a purpose, and it's something that you're supposed to be walking in, and somebody will say, have you thought about that? Don't turn and run. I need you to get away from them and flee.
Yeah.
Because that person is getting ready to hate on you. And you know what? That won't be it'll keep coming.
It
but
will.
At that moment, you got to recognize, if you don't have any haters, you better be worried.
Oh, that's the truth.
Take those small steps, and it's not pretty. It hurts. But Elsie, I always tell myself, I don't ever want to say, you know what? I can't do this anymore. If it even sounds like it's getting ready to come out, I'm not going there.
No,
I'm not going there. Number one, you better be careful what you pray for.
That's the truth.
When you start praying for your purpose, you're going to find your purpose. And that's another thing. If you don't know, and you know what? If you don't know what your purpose is, begin to go into your secret place.
Yeah.
Begin to meditate. Yeah. Begin to get by yourself and honestly, and take an honest, earnest look and speak to the God of your understanding. I choose to call him Jesus Christ, God Almighty to me. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Get on your knees. Yep. Talk. And I'm talking about, I've even done what I heard my grandma say, you better go in your prayer closet. I don't know what she meant. I actually got in the closet and closed the door. That's what it meant.
Change right there. That's what it meant right there.
I was sitting in my clothes and everything, man, and shut the door and just sat there and cried out. And when I came out, man, come on, man.
Man, I think we get so far away. I think that, again, I'll say this again today. This will be the second time or maybe the third time I'm saying it today. We're born into this world as pure consciousness, pure love. And from that moment on, kids, they don't have no problem dreaming that what you want to be when you grow up, Superman. He don't know Superman is a man on TV. He wants to have Superman. And from that moment, it's those older people in our lives. They're not trying to be mean and ugly to us. They coming from their own place and with their own tools. And they say, man, that ain't even real. Now you need to be this or you need to be that. And that's where we start building our belief system. Well, what happens is all that stuff gets covered up and we think we don't know how to dream anymore. We think we don't have no imagination no more because we done dulled it out with substance. We done dulled it out with habits. We done dulled it out with what we call life. Really, that's just your perception of life from where you are. I just went and got new glasses a few days ago. And let me tell you.
You think I didn't notice? You think I didn't notice?
Let me tell you, putting these new glasses on, I had to get a new prescription. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's been crazy getting used to. I've been wearing glasses since I'm 12.
Yeah.
These things right here open up a world that was farther away. But at the same time, you get these little headaches, your eyes are adjusting. Yeah. Now, I could, like the old days, throw these things off and say, man, I don't want to go through that pain. It ain't worth it. But the fact that I can see better at night, I can see farther away, it's crisp. I ain't, trying to strain and be kind of crazy and ain't going through those other things, is that I can go through this little bit of pain in order to gather the reward of that. But looking through two separate pairs of glasses, the world looks different. And you got to take those glasses off that say your dreams are dead. Those glasses that say you can't be what you want to be. You done ruined all your opportunities. This is the one I love, Anthony, and you will get this. Well, I can't get no job. Nobody won't give me no job because I got a record. Create your own job then. Create your own job. I did it. I do it now. You do it.
Yeah.
You a drone pilot at this point. You got an FAA license at this point.
And man, they said, man, they should come back and said, man, in 1986 you had a DWI. I said, yes, I did. I said, and plus I inhale, but I don't live. And I had to be honest with these people, man. And you know what? They said, you know what? You passed the test. You passed the test. But man, look, you ain't the only one that had to get a prescription change. Because these are the old ones. Okay, I got no line bifocals.
Come on.
Distance in the middle and closer or whatever, man. These some powerful jokers, man.
Yes.
Because out there in the world, man, I smoked up my retina, man.
I know. know.
So I need glasses, man. I can't see nothing without my glasses, man.
I can't either. I can't.
So-
Can you imagine if we only looked at the world through this?
Come
If I
on,
looked
man.
like this, man, I couldn't. I would be so limited.
You blurry, man.
I'm blurry. You blurry.
But okay.
But look, now there's a whole bit of possibilities work, open up. I mean, guys, we got to come around to a place where we just get tired of that old way of thinking.
Got to, man.
Get tired of thinking that you don't got what it takes, that everybody else has got something you don't got. Let that go, because if you are breathing air in and out and you woke up today, there is a mission for your life. I love what the creator and owner of Shop Recovery Stuff, where I get all my apparel, who actually sponsors our podcast. She's an amazing human being. Her name's Marty McLeod. She said something, made me think of you, because this is something that will make you run around the building. But she said, when I die, she said, I want to go empty. I said, what do you mean, Marty? She said, I want to know that everything God gave me, I left right here on this earth, so that when I go into my next life, I'm at capacity to get all that there is for me next, and that I gave it all right here. Now, this is from a woman who started Shop Recovery Stuff, actually comes alongside and sees potential in people and will support them in their dreams and mission, not for accolades. She does it under the scene, her and her husband, Mark, and their son is still in active addiction. So they say, I'm going to sow into the lives of it, into hundreds and thousands of others, and know that mine is going to be taken care of.
Oh my God, man.
That's a mission. That's a mission right there. That's purpose through pain. And that is not staring at why my son, why did this happen to my family? And it is, okay, you got a plan. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to find purpose in the pain. Purpose doesn't drop down, and it's not going to be something you recognize. It's going to be something that you recognize. It's going to be something that you've come through. It's going to be some skill that you've gained through working for, and a talent maybe you thought you lost, and now it's going to rear back up on you. And if we can't give people nothing else, Anthony, we got to give them hope that your future is brighter than it's ever been, ever. That other stuff wasn't for you. If it was supposed to be for you, that's where you would be. If I was supposed to be, sitting as a psychologist in an office somewhere, I would have finished that college degree. I would have done all that, but I didn't. But for the longest time, Anthony, I lied to myself, and I said, LC, you ain't got but an 8th grade education. You can't even do math. You can't be no writer, LC. You can't even write. Man, you didn't even get 9th grade in. What are you trying to do? That's the voices that you're going to have to drown out. And you got to find something and latch on to it and move yourself every day, whether it's a centimeter step or a leap. You got to go. You got to get up and go.
You got to jump.
Get up and jump.
And even LC, even here locally in places like that, I hear people say that too, man. It's like, I'm like 25 hours away from a Bachelor of Psychology, minor in addiction, but I got a 2-year associate degree. But you see all that stuff behind my head, man?
Dude.
Okay, and that's not even, I gotta get on another wall, man, because I can fill this whole office up with that. Those are things that when you're sitting in a business meeting to somebody, a hater will go, well, Mr. McCauley, you didn't finish your Bachelor of Psychology, and all you have is a 2-year associate. So I own 4 companies, man. What are you talking about? Well, you this, that. Okay, man. Yes. Okay. I am forthright. I did it. Tell me anybody that's sitting on this board hasn't been through anything. You may not have had addictive behaviors, but you know what? Some of y'all eat too much.
Come on.
Some of y'all gossip. I said, you know what? And just think, oh man, I just smoked marijuana. Come on, dude. That's the same thing I used to do. Okay. some of y'all cheating on your wives. Okay, but you're going to take mine and categorize it as the ultimate.
Yep.
How dare you?
Yeah.
You know, how dare you? But one thing you better know, bring it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Bring it.
I know how to bob and weave.
Like you said, if the door closed, that's not the door. Man, if one door closes, God will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings where you won't have room enough to receive them.
Something. And if you're not looking for them, if you don't start in that place of gratitude, if you don't learn how to see life that where you're already blessed, that the likelihood is, could you miss your purpose? Absolutely. People do every day. People decide to stay in the small seats every single day. They decide to stay in the stands. They sit in the cheap seats all the time. And those are going to be the ones that are going to have 15 opinions about what you ought to do and what you shouldn't do and how you're doing it. And, this, that, and the other. And I heard something a long time ago when I first started moving towards a dream. I can't even remember who said it, but it was one of my virtual mentors. And it said, if you got a big dream, the last people you need to tell are the people closest to you, because it is in their DNA to try to keep you safe, and they're going to talk you out of it. If you got a dream, keep it to yourself, make a few strides towards it, find a like-minded person, share it with them, somebody that's going to help you get there, motivate you and keep going with you, and then start getting your momentum. And it's just those little bitty things of momentum, all those things hanging in the back of that room, each one led to the next.
That's
because
right.
Each one showed you, oh, Lord, I can do this. What else can I do? And what else can I do? And what else can I do? And you just keep going. I mean, I met a good friend of mine now, and you're going to love him too. I talked to you about this guy before, but you're going to love him. He's like us, Anthony. He ain't as loud and boisterous as we are, but he's one of them guys, when he says something, you just turn around and listen. But his name is Anthony Brown. And, he came from homeless, saw his mom shot in the head, 9 years old. He went out on the street, addicted, homeless at 14, all the way till he was 30 some years old, man. And now he's got a bachelor's of science in psychiatry, psychiatric nursing, addiction.
Man, I can't wait to meet him, man.
Author. But listen to this. He just bought a mansion in Ohio. He's in California to turn it into, it's called Brown Manor, for a homeless resource place to help people come off the street, get the resources they need to rebuild their life, just like was done for him. Come on, man. You
gotta be kidding me, man.
Look, every day.
LC, I've been a plan A in a lot of things. But the moment, trust and believe, there is somebody that's going to do that.
Yep, you can believe.
I've been plan A on some visions that have been given, some things that have been given to me, and ended up being a plan B.
Yep.
And was a plan A and shared running my big mouth, and ended up being a plan B. So sometimes you got to be quiet, man.
Sometimes you got to keep it to yourself.
You got to keep it to yourself.
Sometimes you do.
You got to keep it to LC. As much as I love you, some things I have to work on for myself.
Absolutely.
It don't mean that I don't. You're not in a part of what I got going. But you know what? In a roundabout way, all of it does come back, and I can say, LC, well, look, I got this going on, and you say, man, you know what? It's at that moment when I was supposed to tell you.
Exactly. If
I let my guard down enough and say, LC, I need some help. Or Tim Caps. I'll send Tim an inbox. Tim, my name is Anthony McCauley, such and such, such and such. I may need, and find out that he's got some resources that I don't.
Exactly.
God led me to reach out to somebody. But man, we met in a circle, dude.
We did. A
circle of help.
One of only 4 adults in the room. It was all kids in that room.
Yeah.
Young kids, impressionable kids, already struggling with abuse and substance abuse, and all of them sitting there wanting to hear from folks like us, man. Where does this lead? How do we get out? And all of them hungry, trying to figure out And they, you know what? And I think about it, you know, those kids got it worse than us, man, because, you know, we adults and we get in here and we make some decisions and we stay in stuff because we want to. A lot of them, they dealing with a lot of pressure that we don't understand.
That's right. That's
and
right.
We try to poo-poo all that. We like, because I've done it to my son. I'm like, man, what pressure you got?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'll get sit down because they got folks around them that are trying to pull them in places, and they're so impressionable, and they don't have nobody, they don't got no community going high five for getting clean, man. High five. No, it's like, hey, you want to smoke this joint? What you mean you don't want to smoke this joint? What's wrong with you? You too good for us? What is it? And start calling names. You know, I mean, these kids, this is the next generation. What we building now is for these young kids, for their kids, you know, for my son's children and their children behind them. All of this is leading to a legacy. We'd be wrong.
Oh, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
We'd be wrong to think that this is just for us. This is to build a different model of recovery for generations to come. And I'll always believe that. That was the vision that was given to me. And that's what I want to do. I don't want another generation to stay locked in cold basements, being anonymous, you know, staying under, feeling shameful that they can't share. That's what makes me so happy now that we've got many different recovery programs popping up and people are talking about them now. We got to talk about this. We are as sick as our secrets. So if we keep all this stuff secret, we are letting the world know that it's okay to keep that negative stigma about addiction. And the more stories that we pop up with and tell people, you know, Anthony Brown from Park Bench to Park Avenue, Anthony McCauley from overdose to CEO, you know, LC from the grips of hell, living the dream, Shane Dorman, brand new parent, Tim Capps on a comeback. I mean, Patty Vogel, the best nurse on earth. I mean, all these folks got stories, man, that say, I ain't what the world told you about recovery, and you need to hide and addiction and all that. It's not true. And it's not, you know, because what is fear, man? False evidence appearing real. Many times we don't take that step into recovery because we fear what we don't know. So we think it's going to be so hard that the only good thing we have in our life is this substance. And we think, man, I might have to give that up. What else am I going to have? Then I'm just going to be stuck with me. And we get ourselves in this grip of fear, and we stay out there one more day, and then one more day. And then we try to get treatment and nobody calls us back. Or we try 3 places and they get no's and hang up the phone. And then we're on again, and it's another day. And then something happens and we don't get that next day. Or, you know, it's too much of a cycle that you can come out of.
That's too much, man. It's like fear. Forget everything and run, or forget everything and rise.
Oh,
come on, man. Forget everything and run, or forget everything and rise.
Oh, I like that.
Come on, man. You can't keep going through this vicious cycle. And you know what? Another thing, LC, how dare anyone that listens to us, who's had a little time, who's been in recovery, to shame anybody else that may be on our platform. How dare you? If I want to, don't think you're holier than thou and you got it made. It's just one day at a time for all of us.
That's right,
how dare anyone? I want anybody that comes on here with that hating, nasty, you Mr. Recovery, this, that, and the other, and you want to shame somebody that may be going through something, remove yourself.
That's exactly
right. And I want God to take it and uncover it and expose it and show it for what it is. We don't play that around here, man. This is recovery soul food. People trying to eat some steak, man. We've been drinking milk. It's time to eat some filet mignon and some ribeyes, baby.
That's what's up. That's right. And nor is it okay for people to come into this knowing that we all dragging a past with us, man, and decide what somebody else's mission on earth should be, as if we sit on a throne that's labeled G-O-D. It ain't nobody else's place, man. I mean, it ain't for me to decide where my higher power has put somebody else, because many wars are not one face to face. They're one whenever we sneak in that other camp.
Yes.
And come in from the inside, and I have heartburn over folks that use their platforms, forget their past, use their platforms to damn other folks for what they think they're doing, what they assume they're doing, or to try to pretend that they know more than God about what their mission is. And I just cannot stand for that. I won't stand for that on my platforms. I don't stand for nobody to bring that stuff to me because, man, I'm for everybody. Get out there and do it. Trip up, make your mistakes, man. Get up and dust yourself off. Be honest, be open about that, and move forward. We are not a people that are called to judge, and there ain't one of us, not one of us here, that even has the right to do so. I say to anybody, if you've woken up with your face on a piece of concrete, okay, you ain't got nothing to say to nobody. You can't say nothing to nobody, but people decide to build their own mission because they're too afraid to go inside themselves and go to those ugly places, to go to those secret places and find out what their true mission is. That they jump up on the attack and try to pull somebody else's mission. That hurts me, man, to my soul to see that happen.
Me too, man. Because look, until you create your own universe, you can't judge me.
You can't.
Now, if you create your own universe and you're king and lord of lords, and you're able to stand and judge me. But I don't see nobody create, man. Don't forget where you come from, man. I don't mean don't hang there, but you know what? You came through that for a reason.
Right.
Somebody waiting on you, man.
Exactly. On what
quit all them hang-ups and being so what, man? Quit that. Reach back and go get that person, man. Now be wise about it, but don't stand in judgment, man.
Man, yeah, don't do that. I say it's such a waste of talent to see people using their talent, and it makes me angry until I get flipped around and I put myself in that situation of how hurt that individual's got to be, or how little self-esteem they must have not to believe in themselves and their own mission enough to stand on that platform and speak out and do something powerful that you've got to come under and do it, by one of those side punches, one of those, slick from behind kind of punches, man. We don't got no reasons to do that. And I, as much as I challenge myself, I challenge everybody out here, because we're all humans, man. Of course, it's like human nature to want to say, man, if I had what he's got, I would do this, this, and this. But you don't know, because you don't know. And so we got to catch ourselves. And as soon as I catch myself, I flip that around and I go, come on, LC, what are you talking about? What would you do? What would you do? They probably got some opinions about what they would do with your life too. You ain't either, man. So chill with yourself. I challenge each and every one of us to walk in that every day and to remember we're all just out here, spiritual beings having a human experience. We're going to trip up. We're going to fall over our own mouth sometimes, pull the feet out of our mouth, and we're going to do those things. We're going to make mistakes. But if we surround ourselves in love and each other in love, we can teach the world how to.
See, how do we know? I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Right.
How do we know that today, by us pressing through and coming on, doing what we're doing today, how do we not know that somebody's listening to us, might have been contemplating, but they finally heard somebody say, man, your dreams are important to us. And how do you know that somebody else on another platform, you strip somebody down, that person may have been looking for some hope that day.
That's it.
Or at that moment, and you might have been that shining light lighting up the darkness. It might have been the person, but you say some off the wall things, stand and judge them, and they go out and God knows what happened.
Absolutely.
You might have been the last person, and I don't know, man. How do we know today that by me not coming in, I came in here and pressed on, man? And look, Connie on there now. Hey, Connie, you know what? How do we know that we didn't touch somebody, impact somebody today, man, that said, you know what? There is hope. I don't think I'm gonna go out tonight. Yep. Somebody might, that's my prayer.
That's my hope.
That's my prayer and my hope.
Yep.
Hope, helping other people engage.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it, man. I mean, who wants to leave the chaos of active addiction of the street to come and want to get a message of hope, and then they just happen to run into, this other type of message and just say, man, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that, man. I can deal with this on the street. This ain't what I'm looking for. When I had the vision for Hope and Recovery Network, it came in a moment when I was sitting in my recliner chair, and man, I had just about rubbed the arms of it, run a hole in the arms of it. I was white knuckling so bad, and I was like, man, there's got to be something that people can have on demand when they need to hear some kind of message, whatever time it is, whatever time of day, night, whatever it is, where they can be completely accepted and just hear some kind of message of hope. And that vision was born. And that's all that I ever want anybody to know, is that, man, if I can come out of this, I promise you can too. And if I will continue to live and walk my walk, my journey to self, my authenticity, my recovery, my love, my light, my issues, my fixing issues, if I can walk all that out loud, and it just said, if it tells one person, just one, that they can do that too, then come on, it's all worth it. And people don't know what goes into all of this. They don't know all this costs money. They don't know that, I got to work a full-time job to make sure that I can pay for StreamYard and equipment and all this stuff so that I can bring this. But I don't care about, I'm blessed to be able to do it and to continue to rise in quality to do it. It's my dream to do, because I always want people to see an example of what can be done in this recovery game. Because I was just like what I've been talking about. I talk from experience. I thought I was nothing. I thought I was washed up. I thought I was too weird. The world wouldn't accept me. I thought that I was too abused. I thought I was always going to have a second-rate life. Nobody was ever going to love me. I couldn't have no regular. All that stuff, man. I had resigned myself to die an addict. That was when I said when I said addict, that wasn't no addict in recovery. I had resigned myself to be that. I felt like it was the only thing I was good at.
Yes.
I know what that hopelessness feels like. I know what living in that feels like for years and years and years, man. I know what not wanting to be alone with yourself is like. Running so fast, you trying to outrun yourself. And every time you stop or hit a brick wall, that old booger just runs right over you because you're still there. I was there every time I woke up. It was me. I know what that feels like. So I know what healing feels like. And I can tell people that the freedom comes, man, when you start gaining power over that stuff and you put it away and realize it was all lies. All lies.
It was an illusion.
It was.
It was an illusion, man. And everything that you just said, everything. Me too. That's why I know without a shadow of a doubt. I want to keep my character integrity in check, man, because somebody's watching me, man.
That's so true.
And you know what? I'm eating soul food, man.
Yeah.
I'm living the life. I'm walking the walk and I'm talking the talk, man.
That's right.
And this time, you got to talk. You let your guard down. Let somebody in, man.
And let somebody.
And have a sense. And look, we out there on the streets, man, you know you about to mess up. So you know when somebody good trying to help you as well. Don't come in here tripping and being in denial. Denial. Didn't even know I am lying. Come on, man.
Man, you need to write a whole book on these things.
Denial. Didn't even know I am lying. Come on, man.
Oh, that's good.
It's like you said, it all turns out, man. Look, you running in the desert, man, and you look up on top of the hill, man. You know it's sand. And there's a Dr. Pepper machine up there, and you take off running, and you get up there, and there's nothing but sand. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Come out of it, guys.
Yes.
Come out of it. It's like, don't downgrade your dream to fit your reality.
Oh, I love that, man.
Upgrade your conviction to fit your destiny.
Oh, gosh, I love that. That's what's up. We're going to have to, well, you know what? And right there, I guess that's where we're going to leave, folks, because that's better than anything to even just say, because that's just a beautiful, that encompasses it all right there in that one saying, man. If y'all get a hold of a belief system, you can do anything you believe you can do. Start tearing down them old systems. Start tearing down those old, deep-rooted roots of just, all that pain and stuff. Start ripping that stuff out. Don't be afraid to do that. Start getting a little dream. Start walking towards it every day. You ain't got to have the money to do it. I started all of this with zero. No computer. No nothing.
Me too.
No nothing. No knowledge of how to do
Me too.
Even bought me no desk, no nothing.
Come on, man.
Nothing. You got to get the thought in there. You got to get the thought in there first. Then you got to get the belief. Then start laying it out. What do I need to do? That's it. Start making you a little plan. Start writing this stuff out. You ain't even got to be walking in it to write it out. Everything you do is taking a step towards your destiny. And when you get a hold of that dream and that destiny starts to become clearer and clearer and clearer, you get more excited and excited and excited. And it will get you up out of bed on them days you don't want to get up and do it no more. It will. So everything can be healed. Jim Brownlee, codependency can be healed.
Yes.
Y'all guys, there is, I'm telling you, everything can be healed.
Yes.
I dealt with that codependency too. Still with my wife, man. There's so much. It all can be healed. And yes, Johnny, it is rough. But let me tell you something. What you work the hardest for, you will protect with all you got. What just comes to us easy, we don't know how to hang on to it. We don't know how to hang on to it. I've had people give me money and it's flipped right out that hand. But when I've worked for money, try it out if you want to. I walk down the street, you ain't getting this money. You ain't getting it. So we got to know that we can work through this stuff. We can feel those feelings that addiction side says, oh, you don't want to feel that. We can go through all that. We can find people in our lives. We can get grateful and we can live our dreams. Anthony McCauley, tell people where they can get in touch with you. Name us your books and where they can be gotten. And then we're gonna lead us out. So
okay, LC, I want anybody that's listening just to kind of inbox me or whatever about the books and things like that. Right now, I don't even care about that, man.
Okay.
Right now, what I care about is Recovery Soul Food and the people that are on here, man. Right. I'm nothing. All those books and things like that, these businesses stuff, I'm nothing, man, had I not gotten my head clear and become sober-minded, man, and started planting seeds to walk in being a sober man and manning up about what's going on. While there's books out there, guys, but if you want to reach me, you see my name up there. It's Anthony McCauley, MCCAULEY. Find me. I'm a friend of LC's. You guys are probably already friends with all of you. If you want the books or whatever, Google my Amazon search or whatever. But right now, it's not an LC. I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't even want to put it out there like that. I just care about the fact that I talked to Shane tonight, Connie, and I seen Jen on here. I'm just grateful for them, man.
Amen.
I'm just grateful for them, man.
Amen to that, man. Y'all know I'm always about, you know, putting people on and putting people up. And you know what? Anthony is a regular here. So, you know, you can find Anthony if you want to, not this coming up Saturday, but the Saturday, you know, next. Anthony's gonna be back with us. So he's a regular here, and you can always, you know, get in touch with me or Anthony if you want to get with him. We're gonna do some giveaways. So actually I'll be buying a few of them books, and we're gonna do some giveaways for y'all to be able to kind of get this stuff. I remember what it was like in new recovery, wanting different things, but I didn't have the ability to get them yet. So we're going to try to make sure that everybody can get what they need. We're going to do some fun stuff. Y'all know I make my money for the year in the summer, so my schedule's tight. But when this is over, man, oh, we got some stuff planned.
And if somebody needs something, LC, tell them to type it in the message. If you need something, if you need an encouragement, if you need something, let us know.
Yeah, that's true. That is truly what's up. I mean, I can say that about Anthony. He reaches back, and I love that about this man. And I love y'all, man. I mean, we really do. I hope you can feel the passion that we coming to you with tonight, and every time that we come through. It is only our only intent ever to do like Marty McLeod says and just leave it all here, man. When we leave off, when we cut this thing off, man, we're gonna go be with our wives for a little while and just be clear and easy and, you know, ready to rest, because all of y'all showed up here tonight. And I want to thank y'all for your encouragement, your support, for being here, for sharing this thing out, man. We couldn't do this without you. We love you, man. You guys have the most amazing rest of your Saturday night because you choose to, and it's all up to you. Have an amazing weekend. I will see y'all again at 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Motivation Monday. And Anthony McCauley and Lindy Lamel will see y'all at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Kicking It with the Coaches over on Anthony McCauley's personal Facebook page. That's a great place to get some really good coaching skills and techniques, man. I love their show when I get to catch it. It's amazing. So you guys have an amazing night. Thank you once again for joining us. And this is me, LC, Anthony McCauley, and we are saying good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.